Do you want to go away for a weekend, but are worried about getting your seedlings watered? Well, this video might just help you. I'm going to show you how to build a do-it-yourself self-watering seed tray. Hi there, my name is Lynn Ismael, and I'm a home gardener in southwestern Ontario, Canada. Self-watering seed trays will help your seedlings maintain the right amount of moisture in the soil for it to grow, which is perfect if you need to go away for a few days, or just make life easier for you. If you want to buy a ready-made kit, you do have a few options in Canada. For example, you have this from Bessie's called Grow Ease Seed Starter Kit. It's $25 for 24 cell. And I believe it's the same one that Laura uses from Garden Answer. You can also get this one from Lee Valley Tools. It's also 24 cells self-watering kit, and it is $34.50 for one, or by bulk $31.10 for 3 or more. I have seen this in person and it looks quite pretty sturdy, so it'll last for a long time. This one I saw online. It's from Burpee. It's 32 cells, and it looks similar to the one from Bessie's. I believe it's $20 USD. I don't think I can order it online from Canada, but I've seen their products sold in Zehrs, which is a grocery chain here in Ontario. So maybe they'll show up there sometime. The only drawback that I've read from the reviews is that it's quite flimsy, which is not something I would like on a self-watering tray, which I will explain later. The reason I decided to make my own self-watering tray is to save cost. And here are the items that I used. You need a sturdy tray. This one is from Amazon, which is similar to the Bootstrap 1020 tray. The Bootstrap one is just a little bit stronger. You will need a tray that is strong because it will serve as your water reservoir. With my type of shelving, I found that the flimsier trays can get caught in the wires and creating holes. The reason I know is because it happened to me, and you don't want any of your lights to get wet. So a sturdy tray is a must. The next thing you need is another tray that will fit on top of the bottom tray. I've experimented with a few things in the past, but the best one I found was the Bootstrap Microgreens Tray. What I like the most about it is it's sturdy, so it's not going to sag when you put plants on top. The microgreen tray is 1.25 inches tall, so if you put it on top of the bottom tray, which is 2.5 inches tall, then you have a reservoir of 1.25 inches. So when you do the math, you have a total of 4.5 liters for water reservoir. Next thing you'll need is some form of a capillary mat. I found one from Lee Valley Tools, and it is $32.50. This one is 36 inches by 72 inches. So if you use a 10-20 seed tray, you can make 9 mats out of that one big one. If you don't have the two types of trays and need to start from scratch, I've ran the numbers for you on how much this setup would cost. I would recommend a sturdy tray. You can get one from Bootstrap Farmer from Indoor Farms in Waterloo, and that would cost you $8.95. The next one, you'll need a microgreen tray, and the Bootstrap Farmer Microgreens Tray is $8.45. With the capillary mat, if you divide it by 9, it will cost you about $3.61 per mat. And if you don't have any cells to plant your seeds in, you can get a 6-cell 12-pack, which is equal to 72 cells, and that would cost you $12.95. So for a 72 cells setup, it will cost you $33.96. Compared to the self-watering setup from Bessie's, if you want 72 cells, that will cost you $75. Now if you want the Lee Valley setup, 72 cells will cost you $103. So definitely this do-it-yourself setup that I built is a lot cheaper. As you can see here, I've placed the microgreen tray on top of the mat and tried to shape it just so it will fit perfectly right on top of the microgreen tray. If you're starting seeds that need constant moisture like lisianthus, then a self-watering tray will make it a lot easier for you because then you won't have to worry about the soil drying out. Also, my husband and I just came back from a vacation and I had some seedlings growing, so I was worried that they were going to dry out. But we have our nephew come over to babysit the dogs, so I just showed him how to put more water in the reservoir once it empties out. That was so much easier than showing him how to water the seedlings from the bottom and make sure that they are not overwatered, because you don't want overwatered seedlings, otherwise you'll get root rot. So with self-watering seedling trays, the seedlings just get enough water that they need. And I'm happy to report that all of the seedlings have survived. So now that I have cut the mat that will go on top of the microgreen tray, here I am cutting a few pieces that can serve as wicks. So these small pieces, I will sew them in the main mat and have the part of it dangle to touch the water in the reservoir. Now this plastic piece comes as a set with the capillary mat from Lee Valley Tools. I don't really need it, but I've just peace of mind that the mat will keep touching the soil to keep it moist. As you can see, the tray has some ridges, and with the added plastic on top, it should keep the mat relatively flat. At least in my head it is. So again, here I'm just putting the tray on top of the plastic as a template. I'm not that accurate when it comes to measuring things, but this will do. Now, if you've come this far watching this video and you find this video helpful, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I try to post every Thursday and show videos on things that I've been experimenting on or things that I've discovered recently. And once the gardening season is in full gear, I'll be showing you the garden outdoors and not be stuck indoors here in my grow room. Although I would say that having seedlings growing indoors, it makes me so hopeful for spring. I mean, it's quite cold outside, but just seeing life coming out of those seed trays just make me very hopeful that spring is on its way. Even though it's probably just 60 days away. Here I'm showing you a feature of a microgreen tray that I like as well. There's a notch right in the middle, and that's the perfect spot to put the wick in because it just fits nicely. So I'm just making sure that the wick goes on top of that notch there, just so it's nice, fits perfectly there. And just do like a simple sewing motion, sewing stitch. I guess that's the proper name. I guess I should know, my mom is a dressmaker. But yeah, just something simple. As long as the wick and the mat is touching, water should be able to transfer freely between these two materials. You certainly don't have to do the other side or the other end, but I figure I have 2 extra ends, might as well do another piece, put another wick on the other end to make sure that both ends of the mat will get the same amount of moisture. Now you probably don't need to worry about that on the seedling stage, but as soon as the plants start growing and ready to go out to be hard enough, that they'll need more water. So this will just make it easy for me in the future. How you would assemble: bottom tray on the bottom, put the plastic on top of the microgreen tray first, and then you lay the capillary mat on top of the plastic, as you shall see right now. There you go. And now this is just me fussing, making sure that the plastic and the mat is close to each other. What I was trying to say, fit each other. Once I'm happy with the fit, I put the wick underneath, and so the other end as well, just for it to touch the water reservoir at the bottom. Me fussing again, and this is the finished product. Before you put seeds, or before you put water in the reservoir, make sure that you wet the mat first, which is what I'm doing right here. In terms of capillary mat, anything that's absorbent will probably work. I've tried ShamWows in the past, and it's nice, it does the job, but because it's not long, I had to put 2 pieces together. You can buy ShamWow in Dollar Tree. And so now that the mat is wet, I went ahead and put some water in the reservoir. Now that you have water in the reservoir, you are ready to use it. Here are a few of the seedlings that have survived our vacation. As you can see, they're growing well. And if you want to add more water, just lift the microgreen tray up, and voila! Simple as that. One thing you can do too is just to touch that, and if there's water in there, if it's moist, then you know your soil is getting some water too. So there you go. Thank you for watching to the end of this video, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!